Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. I've definitely missed you guys. The past couple of weeks I've posted 2 different videos. One from the amazing director, Miss Carolyn Savornik, and then second, our Elevate, Elevate director, Mike Derryberry, who runs our Elevate program for our leadership team. So I hope you guys enjoyed those 2 videos. I want to update you guys on a couple of things today before the education. So first thing is we are at the end of August. Can you believe it? I can't believe that we're at the end of August already. And what that means is we are coming up on the new leadership and support team transition time. So if you've been paying attention to the timeline that I posted a couple weeks ago in the Wisdom Wednesday, this week is the time in the timeline that we should have all of the support teams picked for the new term that starts October 1st. And why did we pick this week to make sure that we have those support teams in? So we want to make sure that we give everybody enough time to be able to go over their new role. There's lots of trainings in BNI University, so if you're an incoming president, vice president, assistant vice president, secretary treasurer, membership committee, education, events, visitor hosts, or mentors, if you're in any one of those new positions, you do have a training that is assigned in BNI University. So as soon as the leadership team sends me the support team list, what I do is I log it in my spreadsheet and then I assign all of the trainings to the members. So the sooner that I get that list, the sooner I can assign the trainings for you guys, so that way you can get a head start. Because what's coming up next month is our chapter success orientations. Now these chapter success orientations are going to be crucial for the success of the leadership teams going forward. What we're going to be doing is working on the mission, vision, the whole calendar for the next year, and actually educating you guys on the journey from when a visitor first visits a chapter to then the whole process along the way, what support teams are involved in each different process, from when a visitor visits a meeting to when they become a member, and while they're in being a member in the chapter, and then on from there. So the people that are required to go to the chapter success orientations are the leadership team members. So if you're an incoming president, vice president, assistant vice president, or secretary treasurer, the chapter success orientations will be required for you to attend. It would be highly suggested for you guys to attend together. That way you can strategize and brainstorm ideas for the entire year together. Don't worry if you can't make the same training. You guys can definitely get together afterwards, but we're going to have a lot of time to be able to work together during this orientation. To find where the chapter success orientations are, if you go to bniarizona.com, click on the calendar link, and if you go to September's month, there's going to be one on September 20th, 27th, 30th, and then October 4th. And they're all over the valley. There's 2 centrally, one in the East Valley, and then one in the West Valley. I feel like a flight attendant, one over here, one over here. So make sure to pick a date that works best for you. Now it is highly encouraged for all of the support team members to attend as well. So if you're in any support team role, you can definitely go to the chapter success orientations, find out when your incoming leadership team is going. That way you can actually help them with the strategizing for the entire next year for your chapter. That would be huge. If you guys have any questions about that training, please let me know and I'd be happy to help answer any questions that you may have. You'll want to finish your BNI University training before attending the chapter success orientation at the end of September. So that's another reason why we want to make sure that we have all of the new leadership and support team roles in as soon as possible, because we want to make sure that we give you plenty of time to have that training information before attending the chapter success orientation. For any of the roles that don't currently have a training in BNI University, we also have the leadership team manual, which you can find in the document section in BNI Connect, that will have all of the other support team roles with more details as well. So I highly encourage you guys, if you are in any of the positions, check out the leadership team manual as well, because it'll have more step-by-step instructions with different processes that we have for each of the roles, and a responsibility checklist for each of the roles as well. So that way we'll know exactly what to do before, during, and after your BNI chapter meeting, and what's responsible, or what the responsibilities are for your specific role. So if you need help finding anything, definitely let me know. You can email me at office@bniarizona.com. So today's education, now that we've got all that wrapped up, oh, and I forgot to thank all of you that attended last week's mixer. So we had the Top Golf Mixer last week, and we had just shy of 150 members that attended that event. So if you attended that event, thank you so much for coming. It was so much fun getting to know all of you a little bit better. All right, so today's education, I've had a lot of questions about this topic, and it's about all of the roles involved with BNI Arizona, because a lot of you don't know all of the different director roles and what we do and who's involved in what. So I want to make sure to kind of draw out like a hierarchy type thing to explain to you guys exactly what goes on behind the scenes with BNI Arizona, because a lot of you see the day-to-day or the week-to-week roles as far as leadership team and membership committee and all of the roles in your chapter, but we have a lot that goes on behind the scenes for BNI Arizona as well. So BNI Arizona is a franchise, and our franchise owners are the executive directors, and that is Nate and Kelly Dominguez. If you've never met Nate and Kelly Dominguez, you need to meet them. They are just so amazing. Right below Nate and Kelly Dominguez, there are a few different people in roles, and I'll split it up into 3 different roles. So one, you have the Director of Information, which is myself. So what I do is I help all of the members across the valley with anything BNI Connect related, BNI University, anything behind the scenes, adding new members into BNI Connect, helping members with renewals, any questions that you guys have, I am your person. The next one is our Director of Operations. And our Director of Operations is Barbara Fleury, and her main role is to actually be the coordinator for our core groups around town. If you didn't see my post earlier today, we just launched our 64th chapter in BNI Arizona, so BNI Integrity in the East Valley, and we're so close to hit the button on BNI Fanatics in the West Valley as well. So we will have 65 chapters this week just in BNI Arizona alone, but Barbara is the one to connect with core groups, as well as she helps members, or actually potential members, find chapters. So she's the one that people contact if they're looking for a chapter to join. And so she directs all of those people to all the chapters that are in the area that that person is looking for. And then the next 3rd tier is our area directors. So we have 3 area directors for BNI Arizona. I'm one of the area directors for the Northeast Valley for BNI Arizona. Brenda Colas is our Southeast area director, and then anything west of 56th Street is Phil Horsley, so he's our West Valley area director. And we have a team of directors and ambassadors that help us support the chapters all over the valley. So the next little role here is we have our director consultants. And we have ambassadors. So directors, you guys each have a director and an area director that are assigned to your chapter. If you're not sure who that is, if you go to bniarizona.com, click on the chapter link, and then go to your specific chapter's page, you'll actually see the listing of who your area director and who your director is for your specific chapter. Now, the director's role is to work with the current leadership teams to help support them in their BNI journey on leadership, as well as support all of the members in the chapter. So we're here to give education and advice. Anytime there's different situations that come up in the chapter, we're there to help the chapter resolve any issues that may arise. And then our ambassadors are directors in training. So we have a group of ambassadors all throughout the valley that are just waiting to get a chapter to shift over to this director role. Every single year we do we nominate certain members to be on our ambassador and director team. We usually do that about once or twice a year, so if you are ever interested in being on our ambassador or director team, definitely let your current director know so that way we know who's interested. Now from there, we have our leadership teams. And then from there, we have our members, which are the most important piece of the puzzle. Now I wanted to show you this diagram because for you as a member, if you have any issues that come up or any questions that you might have throughout your BNI journey, or if you have a complaint to file, any of those types of things, I want you to make sure who to direct that information to. So as a member, the first point of contact that you'll want to make is with your leadership team. So if you have any questions about anything BNI related, the first point of contact will be your leadership team. And then if there's any issues that need to be escalated further than the leadership team, you'll want to chat with your chapter's director. They're going to be that next point of contact. Now, if there's any issues with the director, or maybe they're not able to answer your question right away, then you can chat with your area director. And then very last point of contact would be the executive director. So there's lots of points of contact to be able to reach out to as a resource for any questions that you may have along your BNI journey. And we're all happy to help. Every one of us is happy to help, no matter what the situation. So if you have any questions about how this hierarchy works, or if you have any questions of how I can help you through your BNI journey, definitely let me know. And if you have any questions or have any suggested topics of what you want to learn during these Wisdom Wednesday videos, definitely let me know, and I'd be happy to add more topics to the list. And I think that's it. Yeah, so if you have any questions about who to contact and when, definitely let me know. I'm glad all of you took the time to watch this video today. Make sure that you record one chapter education unit for watching, and I will see you all next week. Have a great day.